Hey guys, it's Mike here. Now, in the last episode, we managed to successfully rescue Bob. We managed to rescue him, and we got him back safely to Kerbin. So let me just show you. See, he's right here. He's been on E for 2 years, and he somehow survived, but he's back on Kerbin, and he's ready for another mission. Now, in the last episode, I said that I wanted to try to use the technology we earned to build the space station, and I came up with the basic design for the space station right here. So it's going to be below, like it's going to be in low Kerbin orbit, basically. So this is the space station. It's going to house 3 Kerbals. Now, I was thinking about setting these guys, but I think maybe we should send some of these guys up there. So we're going to have one pilot. Wait, are there any pilots? Doesn't seem that there's any pilots. Alright. To sell and Sturgis, you're going up there. I just wonder if there's any pilots. I mean, pilots are not going to be like too necessary for this mission since this is just a space station. Yeah, lots of scientists. Alright then, and we can always send like a mission to get the Kerbals down. Alright then. So we're gonna start by building this. This is like the station core. So let's just get this built. Alright, so this is what I call the core, so I'm just going to change that. Alright then. So we're going to have, I don't know, maybe, I mean, we can always send like the mission to collect them and then we'll take them home. So maybe we can have like, let's have Stardust control this because she's the scientist and she can do like all the experiments since we do have modules here. Alright then, so I'm just going to build a rocket to send it up. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why we need to send a Kerbal up, it's because I don't really have like too good of probe cores. They'll be used for the solar panels, but for now this is what we're gonna do. Alright, so this is what I came up with. Okay, and I'll save. So oh, maybe like with the experiments that we can do, we can maybe like send down some science. You know what? Let's add something that we could just discard later. Okay. Alright, so that means I'll need to change this fairing real quick. Alright, so I changed it up a little bit. So this will just detach. Which I'll just, yeah, once we're done with this, we could just detach it. So once we're done transmitting the science, we'll just detach it, basically what I said. So, alright then. So yep, Stardust is in there. So, there's no remote control. There's no control. Oh, uh, yeah, right there. Okay then, let's just see what she's seeing. So all she's seeing is a docking port. Left the emergency slide. PSI ate all the snacks? What? Yeah, I guess that's just one of the few Easter eggs in Kerbal Space Programs. Yep. Yep. Throttle. 3, 2, 1. Let's launch. Okay. And while we're launching, I guess I should explain something to you guys. So, now, as one commenter suggested, I was like to play Kerbal's, not Kerbal Space Program. One commenter suggested that I play Spaceflight Simulator, also called SFS. Now, It's a little hesitant to play Spaceflight Simulator because, dang it. See, I was a little hesitant to play Spaceflight Simulator because there's like no astronauts. Like the crew capsule says in its description that it does contain one astronaut, but that didn't really cut it for me since you can't really like control the astronauts. So I was suggesting maybe I could play like Tiny Space Academy instead. However, I tried it out so I wasn't going in completely blind, and I didn't really like Tiny Space Academy because controlling rockets felt more like trying to control melting butter over a saucepan. So it was pretty hard. Didn't really seem enjoyable. I don't think there's like really much emphasis in building space stations in Tiny Space Academy. Oh no, oh no, oh no, not again, not again, not again! See, I think there was only like one part that actually like represents building like space stations. And I don't think there's any RCS in the game. Like I was able to like send off send up like that module with some solar panels, and I was able to dock like a docking arm. However, like I don't really feel that's I don't think that's really part of the game per se. And also, it was kind of hard to build. So yeah, I don't. So yeah, that's why I'm basically not going to be playing Tiny Space Academy. So yeah, I'll reconsider playing Spaceflight Simulator. Since at that game, rockets are at least controllable. Uh-oh. Oh. I thought that was going to end in disaster. Alright, hold on, let me just check something with my software. Alright, I just want to make sure that recording was going A-okay, and it is. Alright, so I'll do a quick save, and yeah, like, even though I might play Spaceflight Simulator in the future, I do want to say, like, I do prefer Kerbal Space Program just because of, I feel like there's more stuff to do, and, like, the solar system is more complete. I feel like there's, like, and there's also astronauts, which I like. And you can more, like, play around with things. But yeah, I'll give, like, maybe Spaceflight Simulator a try. I'll try, like, the challenge mode just to see what it's like. Now, if I was to send a mission to Venus, because I know that's one of the missions in Spaceflight Simulator, it's going to be unmanned since I do not want to risk human lives. Because realistically, NASA is never going to send humans to Venus. It's just too risky. I do wonder, like, how different the experiments are going to be in this lab compared to. Oh, we can level up the crew? I don't really know what that means. Huh, interesting. So I wonder how different experiments are going to be in this lab compared to, like, just doing the research on Kerbin, like, just taking it back, basically. I hope it's going to be pretty interesting. Since I didn't get the science lab for nothing, because I really like building space stations in Kerbal Space Program. I did it a lot in my sandbox playthrough. I built two around Kerbin, and then I built one around the Mun. It was really fun to do. I just need to get into an orbit. I'm going to get it to maybe, I don't know, it could be 100 kilometers above Kerbin. Not a kilometers, wait, is it? 100,000 meters. So, okay, yeah, that would be 100 kilometers. Maybe 80, since that'd be easier to use with my docking method. And I was thinking about sending like an Eve probe to get some more science so I can get better reaction wheels, but I figured I'd just do this. Alright, so we are in a stable orbit. So yeah, I think we got good enough tech. And of course we could just use manned missions. So yeah, I just wanted to like scramble up like a basic space station. And of course, in case like we can replace this space station with something better, we can always just deorbit it. Alright, so I'm just going to get this to rotate to retrograde so we can get that to prograde, since I want it to be like 80 kilometers above. So yep, just a second. Oh yeah, another reason why I decided to do a space station like this was, I don't know, for like the looks and stuff. And also like, it would just... Basically, we don't have like the big docking ports. Maybe I could change it up a little bit. Maybe I can have like solar panels like in this direction, then like the crew module in this direction, and then like the habitation module here. Yeah, like... I just check how long I've been recording for. I'd have been recording for 12 minutes and... Uh, Alright, so I'm just going to... Let me try 100... Like 100 kilometers above Kerbin, just to see what that feels like. Alright, so that's a pretty circular orbit. Now let's see what that feels like. That actually doesn't feel really too bad. Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be 100 kilometers above Kerbin. Alright, so... You know what? Let's transfer some fuel to act as like a... Hold on. Just to act as like a little resupply. Okay. Oh. So just send it out. Alright, so I'll just jump cut to when it's fueled up. Okay, it's all fueled up. Because I don't have the Rocco Max fix yet, so so this is what I had to do. Alright, so we got the first part of the craft. Alright, let's just turn on stability assist. Alright, now let's just destroy that, because we don't really have a probe to control it. Hold on, I want to change that so we don't accidentally like destroy it and kill Cerdas. Cerdas? I don't know how to say her name. Okay, so yeah, that's for us to discover later, so let's rename the vessel. Okay then. Alright, now let's go back to the Space Center. And now we can just destroy that debris. Can you believe it? We're going to be building a space station. Alright, so let's see. So, I'm just going to do a quick save just to test something. Alright then, so we can undock it once the time comes. Alright, now let's get back to the Space Center. Alright, so let's get the next part of the station. So I think I'll have like the crew module like on this side, and then I'll have like a longer arm for the solar panels on this side, just for, you know, some detail, like something else. Alright, so let's use the preview tool. This is where Kerbals rest. This is where the Kerbals rest. Okay then. So yeah, this is just the habitation module. So yep, just let me create the rocket now. Alright then, so this is the basic rocket now. I managed to like sneak in a little probe core within like this stage. So I want to try to see if we could reuse this. Okay, so I'll just adjust some of these. Stage. Never mind, we can figure it out once we actually get there. Oh yeah, and at the end it won't really matter since it'll only activate once we're actually in an atmosphere. Alright then, so this is the habitation module. Okay, I'll just get rid of that. Alright, and we've got... Hold on, no, we don't need this many. We just need Sidcell, Sidcell. Okay, so we just need him. Alright then. So staging looks good. So let's get to the launch pad. Alright, we're at the launch pad. SAS is on. Z3. Wait, let's see what he sees. Alright, let's see if I can show you where I managed to sneak it. Yep, okay, so you might be able to see that, but I was able to sneak like a little probe core. Alright, and the docking port's ready. Alright then. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Okay. So yeah, we'll quick save once we've started a bit. I was trying to like send a landing to Eve to collect science, but it didn't go so well. So I figured, how about we build a space station instead? Since I think those are a little bit fun. See, the lander didn't really like work too well. Didn't really have enough fuel, so I'd love to like maybe get some research like on the space station, because I think that'd be fun. Alright, we're out. Alright then, there goes the boosters. Alright, I'll quick save here. So we'll get like a circular orbit of 95,000 meters each side, so 95 kilometers. So we can slowly catch up to the space station, and then we'll be able to talk. Because that's how I talk in the game. Alright, let me just check something. Alright, so I've been recording for like 20 minutes at this point. Alright, then I hope that we'll be able to build many more space stations in Kerbal Space Program since it's summer break for me. I hope to play many more games like Minecraft and stuff. Yeah, lots of great games. Alright, I think that'll be good enough for now. Quick save. Now I'm just going to increase like my area for burning. Yeah, it'll be easier with the engines on. And also it helps to just rise it in general. If it reaches 95, I won't care. Alright, so we may not be able to get like the solar panels on today or the rest of the crew. Hopefully we should be able to get this module onto the core. And yeah, we could get the solar panels out. Alright, so I'll just turn on these lights. They're not really much cargo, but we can always just set it up. I couldn't really think of any like actual cargo. Maybe those EVA experiment kits. Maybe something for like solution. It's just a fish tank. I'm gonna have to keep this soon. Wait, even the lights are on here. I didn't know. Oh, I thought I turned this one on. Alright, I'll just wait until I get like an actual orbit. I'll just jump cut this. Alright, I got a stable Kerbin orbit. And there's the Mun. Yeah, maybe we could build like a small space station around the Mun, since I really like doing that. So now I just need to orbit this a little bit. Oh, no, I don't need to add a maneuver. Alright, so I'll just jump cut this until I actually got like 95,000 meters on both sides. Okay, so just this maneuver and then we'll be good. Oops, that was too far. Just a little burst and then we'll be good. And then we'll be able to slowly catch up to the core. Right, that looks good, so I'm going to save the game here. So once I've got this docked up, we're going to call it quits, and then in the next episode, we'll like try to get the solar panels on, along with the crew module, or just their craft. All right then. Alright, so our apoapsis and periapsis wouldn't really change. So it's just to help us dock more efficiently, and we will need to destroy that part, that debris. Alright, let's just get docked. So yeah, I think my method of docking is a little unconventional, but it works for me. Alright then, so I'm going to quick save. So right now I'm getting like further away, but eventually I'll get closer. So I guess we'll just jump cut to when we're close. Alright, so I'm getting pretty close. Okay. So now we can start heading towards the target. And I'll just select the control from here. No, it's not necessary, but whatever. See, I'm a little rusty when it comes to docking, but I can learn. I still have an idea about how to do it. That's not the hardest thing for me to do. Plus, I really like building space stations. I find it as a great, like, activity in KSP. So if you're wondering what the numbers mean, that just refers to the date that I started designing it. So I started designing it in this station on the 8th of June 2025, which is today. Yeah, I was designing it like late at night when everyone else was asleep. Let me just check how long I've been recording. 29 minutes. Yep, once we dock to this, we're going to call it quits. But yeah, I'd say this is definitely great. I think this is going to be a very great space station. Okay. Alright, we're getting pretty close. this should be the move that actually gets us to the core. So yes, slowly but surely, we're gonna get to that core. Alright, great, it's nighttime. Alright, well, I see it. Okay, so I'm not moving. So now I'm just gonna switch to that spacecraft, like the core, so I could turn it to make docking a little easier for me. Not really sure if there's a way you can like switch crafts. Control from here. Set as target. Alright, so RCS. Hold on, I'm just going to get us moving by the thrusters that way just a little bit. In case like the solar panels are in the wrong orientation, like the way that I didn't want them to, we could always just turn them later. And also collect fuel from this before we deorbit it. Okay. All this Let's just get it docked. Okay, and we've docked! We are docked! Alright, now let's get to daytime so we can orientate this better. Oh, I was so nervous. Alright, I'm just gonna check something. Alright then, 33 minutes and 37 seconds is how long I've been recording for. So yeah, that was a little scary, but we did it. Hold on. Control from here. Yep, that's the first step to building this space station. Oh no, it's drifting away. Alright, that's good enough. That's good enough. Oh, that is not a lot of monomelon left. Oh, kind of. Alright, doesn't really matter. Hold on. Alright, this will also act as like our fuel tank for crafts along with this. Alright then, so we are one step closer to building a space station. So now let's just deorbit that debris, or just the controller basically. We just need to deorbit it. Alright, let's just make sure that's far enough away so it doesn't damage the spacecraft, or yeah, the space station. But that's the core basically done. We're just going to add solar panels on this side, and then yeah, I'm going to add solar panels on this side, and then I'll add the crew module here. Let me just check how long I'm recording. 36 minutes, so this is definitely a pretty long video. Oh, even the perspective changed it. Alright, now let's see if we can actually, like, deorbit this thing. So it'd be, like, able to be reused. Let's see if we can actually do that. I'm gonna save the game here since this is already big for us. Our first rendezvous in this save. Wait, so we could still have time warp even while we're accelerating? Interesting. I think we're gonna land on land rather than the ocean. Not really sure if that would make much of a difference. Huh? Wait, that's the Kerbal Space Center. Yeah, that's the Kerbal Space Center. Kind of hard to tell how hard you, like, oh, never mind. It's kind of hard to tell how close you are to the surface when it's nighttime. Oh boy. Well, I'll just jump cut to when this thing has actually landed. Oh, I thought I would have to accelerate to get it to work, but no. Oh, I thought I was gonna explode, but nah. So, yep, it's... Wait, can we recover this? This keeps rolling. Hold on, just... Alright, let's see if we can just land it again. Alright, so I got this thing landed and it has stopped, so now we can recover it. Wonder if that would earn us anything. 1.7 science earned? Huh, interesting. So yeah, there's not really much we could earn. There are some things. Don't really know what that's for. Alright then, but for now, before we sign off, let's see what we've done. Alright then. Okay, let's just fast forward so we get to like daytime. Okay. So yep, we got the main station core done. And we've also got the habitation module. So yeah, it's a pretty solid start. So in the next video, we're gonna add some solar panels. So I was thinking like of just adding solar panels like on both sides, but I think what I actually want to do is just add like one array of solar panels on this side, kind of like what Matt Lown did in his space station in KSP2. You can go watch his video. This is not sponsored, by the way. Yep, just gotta put that out there. So, and then we'll have the crew module like here, where it's just like their way to get to the space station and go back home. It's like their escape pod and their transfer pod. And this will be for like any smaller crafts that may need to refuel. We got the fuel here. So yeah guys, that's about it for this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!